Nine Topics Podcast. Press start, turn it up, let the good times last. Mario, Zelda, memories unlocked from retro to now. Yeah, we love Nintendo talk. We debate, we laugh, we level up the vibe. Nintopians unite, yeah, you're part of the tribe. Every week, every topic, let the fun never stop. It's the Nintopics Podcast.
We are live. Well, we're not live. We're pre-recorded, guys. We're not live. This is all pre-recorded.
Sorry to disappoint.
Welcome to the Nintendo Podcast. It is Friday. I was just trying to play a joke, everybody. It didn't work out. I was just.
Are they laughing? Yay!
But
No, it's good.
Yeah, they are laughing. All right, what's up, Nintopians? You successfully launched the show that brings the hype and fixes the canon. We promise you fully evergreen content, meaning this show is always fun, always relevant, and never, ever justified. If this is your mission, if you love the show, you can listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, very soon because Apple's being a nut, podcast, and you get your audio gold. All right. Here on the Mike Odyssey channel, Paul Gale and Lily YouTube channel as well. We drop the blue shell every single week. Don't get KO'd. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. All right. Grab your mushroom and your master sword. Let's press start. Bing. And we just pressed start. The game has just begun. So how are you guys doing? Paul, how are you doing? What have you been playing lately?
Oh, I'm doing well, thank you. And yesterday and today have mostly been about Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade.
On the Switch too.
I've been playing a little bit of Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, catching up, and some Ghost of Yotei also. But mostly Final Fantasy VII the last 2.5.
So this is it. Are you replaying it on Switch, or this is the first time you're going at it?
Replaying. I rarely do this. I will replay a game
okay.
if it's been like 20 years and my memory of it's really distant, and if it's a remake or something. But for something that just came out 5 years ago, I rarely replay that. But there's the cultural significance behind this particular release being on a Nintendo platform and what that means to the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it is an awesome game, it's really fun. It's very impressive on this hardware, given the size differences between the base PS5 that it launched on, or PS4, I should say, and Nintendo Switch 2. And the fact that it was only $40 and it came with cards and a digital copy of the old school one. Like, I couldn't pass.
Nice.
All of that.
So is it
you bought the physical
or
I bought the physical. Yeah.
So, but is it a game key card or is it a regular?
It is a game key card if you buy it physically. It's actually my first and so far only game key card game for Nintendo Switch 2.
Right. Yeah. In that case, I'd rather go with the digital version instead, because there's no point of buying the actual physical one, because it's
digital.
Just, plastic that it's the way or the mean for them to sell them on retailers, but still at the end of the day, it's a digital code.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That's why with certain titles,
I agree.
If I had the opportunity, between digital and game key card, I opted for digital previously because it had the convenience factor. However, to be fair, even though I don't really resell my games, a game key card does have that one benefit of you could sell it later if you wish. And in this case, even if I don't plan on reselling it, Best Buy had this weird thing where it's like, pre-order it for $5 off, and we're also giving you a Best Buy Gamers certificate for the heck of it to use before the end of the year that you could apply to pre-orders. And I was like, oh, that's just for in-store stuff. So it became like 25 instead of 40, and I really can't argue with paying less. But
also I think that Nintendo stores New York and San Francisco were giving away freebies while supply lasts as well for that's actually really good, because for those that some people don't really like the fact that they are game key cards, if they're offering those kind of perks for you to get that kind of motivation or incentivize you to getting the game key cards, then yeah, because it's a mean of having a physical copy, but essentially you're just getting a cartridge that's just plastic, right? So you're not really getting. But that's a great point, Paul, that you're making about if you want to sell it eventually. It's a good point, because the digital ones, you can't really do much with them unless you sell the entire console or your login information, right? So yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Have either of you played the game either previously on like PS4, PS5, or?
Yes, PS4, PS5, but not on the Switch. I haven't really seen it. I haven't really watched it. I got any footage on the Switch.
Cool.
Oh.
I got the PS5 version when it came out, and I beat it on PS5, and then I bought Rebirth after. So I have both on PS5, and I also have it on Switch now because I bought it just because I didn't know you got the Final Fantasy the classic version after, like, when you buy it. I just found out, like, wait a minute, what is it? Why do I have two versions of it? And I wait, I have the what? For $39 they're giving you both games, the classic and the remake. That's just crazy. Yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I guess
installed.
Definitely.
Yeah. So how about you, Lily? How are you? And what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it seems like we have a little bit of a delay.
Are we
I'm not
delayed
sure
a little bit
your
in
end.
the audio?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's your end or mine. Sorry. Go ahead.
For audio listeners, this is a special edition delayed episode, literally.
Yeah, apparently.
the delay episode.
You know what?
But yeah, I think they're let me.
The weather has been super bad right now. We have the winds are super strong, and we're expecting, it's not really like a snowstorm, but more like the wind is so strong and so cold that I think we're gonna be reaching about, let me just tell you how much is that in Fahrenheit. So Celsius to Fahrenheit. So it's -31. That's -23 Fahrenheit tonight. So I think that there's a delay because of the winds and things like that. So my internet could be, failing on me. So just, I don't mean to interrupt you guys. So sorry. Oh my God. How many memberships that they gifted?
That was a beefy one.
Well, did I leave for a second? Did I leave for a second?
Yes. Someone gifted 20 memberships on your channel.
Dream a Lil Mo.
Yes, Dream a Little Mo. Gifted 20 memberships. Nice.
Oh my God. Dream, thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you know. You know what? Send me your address. I'm gonna send you a free book. I'll send you a free book. On Discord. I appreciate your support. You've been, I don't know what to say. I'm just, man, thank you so much. I appreciate your Dream. For those 20 memberships, and of course, welcome everyone who is a new member now because of Dream. Thank you. Dream is making my dreams come true.
We have so many in the chat right now. Yeah, congratulations to everybody. Sorry, Mike, again for the delay. So I'm sorry. It feels like I'm interrupting you, but if you were, I think that you were going to ask me how am I doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing great. It's just that little storm that it's on our way. And about gaming or games that I've been playing. Honestly, I could say that I was going to be playing Final Fantasy, but I did not get it for myself. Probably next week. I'm not very sure yet. But tomorrow, I do have plans on spending more time with Twilight Princess HD because I'm currently trying to record a lot of footage for that. As this year is actually the 20th anniversary for Twilight Princess. So I'm preparing a few things about that too. And working in progress. And I mean, not a lot of gaming because I've been super busy at work and a lot of things working on. So
of course,
it hasn't been like a very, but how about you?
Yeah.
What you have been playing? I think that you started playing Animal Crossing again too, right?
I did. Yeah, I did. I started playing, the deal, the Switch 2 edition. Am I still delayed or is it, am I on time?
Well, it's more like
delayed?
whatever I say, whatever I say, you hear it later and then you start speaking and it seems like I'm interrupting you or you're interrupting me. It's more like that. Like, I think that because we're in different locations or stuff like that. I don't know if that's influenced influencing this, but that's what I mean by delay.
I think it's all because of long distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Steak 1024. Steak 1024 with a 5 gifted. I appreciate you, Steak. I appreciate you so much. And of course, welcome all the 5 members that Steak has brought into the channel. I appreciate you so much. And thank you. So yeah, I've been playing Animal Crossing. I played Animal Crossing because of the Tears of the Kingdom addition of the 2 villagers, Minoru and is it Tulin, right? Minoru and Tulin.
Yes.
I just got Minoru to come to the tent. She's making me work.
Nice.
to bring her over. And I'm like, man, do I want to do this? Because I have to invite her 3 times. On the 3rd time, she'll stay. And I have to do the skip days because skip the day to get her right away because I have one plot open. And what happens in the 3rd day if that plot gets filled by a villager that I don't want, like one of the anteaters? Can't stand the anteaters. And so I'm like, I'm just stuck. But it's fun. It's been fun. There's an issue with the megaphone. Paulie, do you try the megaphone?
No, I haven't found it yet.
I think that you just booted the game a bit.
Yeah, the
megaphone
megaphone
really had time to.
Yeah, the megaphone. Whenever you use it, the villager can be right next to you. They don't hear you. They don't hear you. It's like an on and off thing. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I guess you have to say it in a certain way. If I'm going to call Bunny, I say, "Hey, Bunny," or "Bunny," it won't hear me. Hey, Bunny. You have to like say it in a certain way for it to kind of
in a certain tone.
Bunny, and
Bunny?
then it'll, yeah, Bunny, and I'm like, that's the only way it works. I'm like, Tulin. It goes,
Tulin.
over here.
Hilarious.
Yeah. That's the only way it actually works. Yeah. So, all right. That's what we've been playing lately. Of course, I'm probably gonna jump back to Final Fantasy remake again because I own Rebirth, but I have not gotten really into it. So I figure, okay, it's already on Switch. Let me go ahead and play Final Fantasy 7 on Switch, and then wait for Rebirth to land on Switch, and then play it through Switch, the entire thing. And so, yeah. I mean, that's what Nintendo Life is about. I'm waiting for Call of Duty, Microsoft to show up. Microsoft had a presentation yesterday. For those of you listening, it's Friday, January 23rd. Yesterday was a presentation. The Xbox presents nothing for Switch. Nothing. not even unless they're waiting for the direct. You know.
Yeah. What I'm actually I wouldn't say excited about, but more like considering is that there's a rumor that Square Enix is preparing the master I don't what name is it? I keep forgetting the name, but it's Kingdom Hearts Full Collection Edition that they're going to be releasing. It's available on cloud. Okay, it's available on cloud. However, I never actually liked the fact that it's on cloud because I don't know. It's just so finicky to me, and I don't really think that it's going to be as stable. But there's a rumor that it's coming to the Switch too. And if it's coming to the Switch too, then it'll be more reliable. Even if it's a game key card, I think it's going to be a good option. Also, if they throw in some freebies and things like that. But the fact of the matter, I played every single Kingdom Hearts out there. However, knowing that it will be available for me to play it on the Switch too, I would definitely consider buying it because I never actually got that edition for Steam or the other platforms, but that will be the one that I'll definitely look into because I didn't like the fact that you have to play it on cloud, and it's 114 Canadian dollars for that game on cloud. I'm like, no. So yeah, we shall see.
That'll be epic because I only played 1 and 2. I didn't play 3, so. It'd be great to go back and play 3 because and getting ready for the new one that's coming
for the 4th. Yeah,
we don't know so much about.
We don't know anything about it.
All right. So
also, yeah.
You know, the delay.
Yeah.
The delay.
It's getting me anxious.
All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Lily because we have a special podcast, prepared for all you today. And Lily will tell you the rest. Without further ado, Lily from Hyrule.
From Hyrule. Yeah, as you can see from as you can see from the title, yes, we're going to be talking about the water temple. Now, I think it's important for us to start talking about the difficulty in the games and why it works, right? So, I honestly, I hope that this is not going to backfire to me or at me, but the thing is that the water temple isn't that hard. It's just a matter of, paying attention to a lot of the details there or things that are happening around you, and it actually forces you to start and think about, look at the layout, probably look at the map, look at how many keys you have available, how many doors are still locked, how many keys do you have, and things like that, and just starting connecting the dots, right? But I'm talking about, of course, the Ocarina of Time version, the original for the N64. But I know that for the 3DS, Nintendo actually worked on, adding a few subtle adjustments for it to be easier for new people playing Ocarina of Time. Because if you're talking about a game that was released in 1998, of course, the mechanics and everything around it was a little bit limited. Also the design and the layout, how it was. So again, I don't think it's as hard as it used to be, but I mean, sharing a little bit about my experience with it when I played that game when I was like 8 years old, and we didn't have the internet as you know it right now, so we didn't really had any guides or tutorials on how to do things. So it was more like, okay, there you go, figure it out yourself. Let's see how you can manage. But eventually, the more you play it, the more it makes sense to you. But one of the things I didn't like on the 3D version was on the Nintendo 3DS version was that they added colors to the levels, to the water levels, which makes sense because it was a way for you to know the difference between the levels instead of just, looking at how many times you have played the Zelda's Lullaby, for example, to go to level 1, 2, and 3, so on and so forth. But they added those colors, so at least you were able to identify exactly in which level were you. But I think that it's kind of a pattern that was for Zelda for a very long time, right? That a lot of the water temples or water levels, they are never as easy as you think, right? They're a little bit harder. So we want to talk about that, like those games or those quests or those levels that has been a challenge, but at the same time, it's kind of a learning curve for us. It's not about the difficulty, but more like what you're learning from it and how much are you progressing in the actual game, right? Because if you think about it, the more you play, the better you get at the game, the better you understand the mechanics, the better you understand whatever is happening around you. So I think that we have to shift our focus a little bit more, or how we see things, as to it's not hard. It's just you need to find the way for you to play the game a little bit different. Probably learn from your mistakes or learn about the gear and weapons that you're using, the technique that you're doing, or the strategy that you're going against that very hard boss battle that you're going up against. So all those things, right? So I think I want, of course, everybody in the chat or whoever's listening to share all of their, the most difficult quests that they probably encounter, or the hardest game that they have ever played. But also I want to start with you as well. So I don't know, Paul, do you have any game that you feel like, oh my God, that has been the hardest thing I have ever done in my life? And oddly enough, have you considered playing it again, or is it something that you are like, nope, I'm not doing this ever again in my life?
I'll get to probably one of the hardest in a moment, but I'll just speak on something very difficult recently. Oh gosh, I was not enjoying it. It was I want to say his name was Takeza. Takeza, the boss in Ghost of Yote. It required like perfect parrying throughout it. And I use a combination of parrying when I play, but I like to do smoke screen attacks, dropping bombs, slowing down time, arrows attacks, this. I like to play with a whole bunch of mechanics. And this was like a perfect parry kind of boss. And gosh, I was just getting wrecked over and over and over. And I refused to lower the difficulty level, which is my own fault.
Yeah.
I could have done it. I could have saved 2 hours or 3 hours on one boss. But I was like, this is one of the most miserable bosses I have ever played ever. And I don't even think it was a good reward, which was kind of annoying. So aside from that very recent history, like 2 days ago, one of the most difficult games, I would say, has to be in the Nintendo Entertainment System era, and or Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And I'm kind of thinking between Battletoads on the NES, which I really like. It was just tough and got tougher and tougher. Or Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ooh, yeah.
For the SNES. Or Super Ghouls and Goblins. Or hold on, Super Ghouls and Ghosts? Super Ghouls and Goblins. For some reason, right now, I'm trying to think, wait, is it Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghouls and Goblins? But for SNES, where you play as Arthur. Really good game, too. But, dang, was that quite challenging. However, with Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghouls and Goblins, if somebody could correct me on the chat, I'd appreciate it, because for some reason, I'm drawing a blank on what's the title? Because there are a few entries in the overall series. It was a rewarding game, but you really could only play it by trial and error, because you run and jump and like, boom, you could be dead like that because a zombie just pops out of the grave. You could run and jump like this and nope, a coffin just came out. So you would have to run and jump backwards to initiate this bad thing happening, to avoid it. And only by trial and error, you would know that comes. There was no rewind back in the day.
Exactly. Yes.
That was a tough game. There weren't like, oh yeah, 10 hearts and then just sit still for a bit and crouch and bloop, 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 see your hearts regenerate. No, you got hit 1, 2, 3 times. If you were wearing the right armor, you turn into bones, you were done. A bat comes out. How did the bat come out? Where did the bat come from? Oh, on your 15th time playing, the bat shows up, so you duck. So that rings a bell. There, Castlevania was a pretty difficult one. Part of the difficulty further back was a little bit of imprecision in some controls, because you really had to jump just so right, because if you were off by a little bit of a pixel count here or there, that's where you'd get kind of messed up. But I wouldn't say these were bad games or broken or problematic. It was just a byproduct of the era in early technology that developers were learning how to develop these things. But some did value difficulty. Tomonobu Itagaki, he valued difficulty and made that an element of Ninja Gaiden, like when that was revitalized on Xbox, and that was intentionally tough. He wanted you to get good.
Exactly.
But I guess Ghouls and Ghosts and Double Dragon are a couple of them for me.
Yeah, but you mentioned a lot of great points, because that's actually what we're going to be talking about. Like, for example, the friction, like how everything is it has been frictionless for quite a long time. And there are some games that have embraced that kind of difficulty, because there's a rewarding factor. And not a lot of people, back when because you could say that I don't, or you could argue that I don't really play a lot of difficult games, but it wasn't until I started playing soul games like Bloodborne, or Dark Souls, or Sekiro, or Elden Ring, or Lies of P, or all of those games, where I started to learn exactly how rewarding it is for you no matter how many times you try. And also the new game plus as well, that you're able to kind of challenge your own self and just try it again and do it again and do it again and get better. And Donkey Kong Bonanza actually introduced that too, because now you have a new game plus. Once you finish Donkey Kong Bonanza, you can play it again and you get better. You get a new game plus and you keep increasing and getting better at what you do. So those are the kind of things that are, for me, they're very rewarding. The more you do it, the more you challenge yourself. But you have mentioned a lot of great points on, why these kind of games actually work. So Mike, any game or level that you remember, you're like, okay, is this something worth trying or investing time in, or was it rewarding for you? How exactly it worked for you?
I gotta go back to my childhood for this. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Mario 1, right? We got Mario 2, which is a dream. Then we got Mario 3. And so those were the Mario 1, 2, and 3 we got in the US. But there was a Mario 2 in Japan. Okay. And so here it was called the Lost Levels. That is the most difficult Mario in NES. And when I played it, I was expecting an NES Super Mario 1 type of experience. Nope. I think that was the first and last time, my first and last rage quit, because I never rage quit.
That's another thing.
Rage that was
quitting.
my first.
Yeah.
My first. Yeah, my first and last rage quit was Super Mario 2, because I was expecting that dumb mud you got at the beginning that's like darker color. I thought that was like an actual mushroom, and wasn't. It killed me off the bat. What is this? And so there was a lot of crazy stuff with that game. Then moving more towards after that, around that area, it was Aladdin for Sega Genesis. I had that game for a while, and I played it, and didn't rage quit, but never. I just gave up. I just gave up on that one.
Right.
The Lion King also, I had it on, I think it was NES or Sega Genesis.
Oh, those platformers.
Also never played it, just gave up completely.
Oh
Yeah.
Those games.
I just played it and just gave up.
But did you by any
just gave
chance
up.
stop and then
whatever.
And reach, try it again, or completely forgot about it?
No, I was so upset. I even stopped watching the movie.
Oh my God! Really?
No.
Yeah, no. That makes sense. Because someone in the chat has also pointed out that the video games are supposed to be fun. They're not supposed to be stressful, and I agree with that. However, I think it's more like the perspective and how you're looking at it, and more like if you are going to be that, I mean, when it's hard doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be stressful. It's just that you might need to, adjust your strategy a little bit, but that doesn't mean that it needs to be stressful.
Yep.
However, if those are not your games, of course, I mean, it's totally understandable. Probably you're more like a casual gamer or a cozy gamer that don't really like that kind of stress. It's absolutely fine if you don't like that kind of stress. I guess it's more like trying to explain why these games work. And not going too far away, like I'm not going to stick around with just Souls games, because those games are hard. But let's put Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom in perspective, because let's be honest, like Zelda games are not hard. And I'm talking about the classic ones. Like probably the bosses are like super intimidating, or they're like massive, but you hit them 3 times and that's it. Like that boss is done for. And they're not hard. Right. But you just have to understand exactly the pattern. So the first time you try it, probably, yes, you're going to struggle a little bit. Your hearts are going to decrease, but you will eventually find out, how to go against that boss. And it's not going to be that hard. It's going to become a lot easier for you to defeat the bosses. But then we have Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Don't tell me that you never got a game over at the Great Plateau or at the Great Sky Island when you first started. You must have, gotten at least 5 or 6 game overs the first time, that because you didn't know exactly what to do. They'll only give you like a tree branch and that's it. but you will be struggling at the very beginning. And that's something that it wasn't introduced until Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. For those of you out there that probably started with the classic games, you probably understand where I'm coming from, where it was super easy for us to play those games, except Zelda 2. Zelda 2 is a totally different story, but Zelda 2 is a great game, by the way. I can talk for hours about that one too. But but what I'm trying to say is that when you went up against, let's say, your first Guardian or your first Lino in Breath of the Wild, the first time you were trying to encounter one of them, probably you got a few game overs, right? Because you didn't know exactly how to go up against that particular enemy in front of you.
But still did.
One of the things,
still do,
right? And really, okay. So, but if you upgrade your gear, if you upgrade,
I'm never beaten Lionel.
Okay, we need
to this day.
We need to talk. Seriously?
Huh.
Oh my god. We can teach you how to.
I run away all the time. I run away.
But one thing that you will notice on those games, the more you play, the better you get at your equipments, the more you upgrade your gear overall, it's going to be a lot easier. It gets to a point where you're no longer even afraid of the Guardians, or you're not even afraid of the Lionels, because it gets easier the more you play. The more you experience, the most you progress in the game. And like every other enemy is like just a few hits and that's it. Also, the weapon breaking system, I know that everybody hates this kind of mechanic. I do too. But it actually forces you to think twice, to think your strategy too. But again, you can still work around it, and you don't really have to, fight all of those enemies. But the other thing is that as soon as you get a Blood Moon, that means that you're going to get even harder enemies too. They're not going to be as easy as they were before. And that's not even considering the master mode on Breath of the Wild or Trial of the Swords in Breath of the Wild. Like a lot of things that you're actually, that's part of the DLC, but those are the kind of things that it gets you, not stressed, but more like it actually feels that you're evolving, that you're progressing, that you're leveling up. And that's essentially, the whole point of those kind of games. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not good at it. You will learn eventually. The more you play, the more you pay attention to those kind of things, the more you stop to think about the strategy, the easier it's gonna be for you to beat those games, right? But yeah, we definitely need to teach you how to go up against the Lionel.
I am more afraid of a Lionel than I am of Ganon, and so I challenged myself, because when I was 12 years old, I started challenging myself when I was 12 years old, right? That's when I think I met myself really. Like, I love challenges, I love puzzles, I'm crazy about. I'm like a geek. I'm a geek. Okay. My parents put me in a gifted school, and I was like separated from my brothers, and I want to be in the regular school, but they had me in the gifted school, and then they had me do all these puzzles and then learn Japanese and learn Chinese and Mandarin. And I'm like, I don't want to learn all this stuff. I didn't want to learn it.
Right.
I just left. But at 12 years old, by the way, my dad taught me I was 12 too. I found my competitive side. And so, and I played Tears of the Kingdom. I'm happy to say I never died in the plateau, and I never died in the Sky Island, right? The Great Sky Island. Yeah. Like the first try, I just went through it. Yeah. And what I like to challenge myself and say, you know what, I'm gonna get all the towers with just 3 hearts. I've done it. In both in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, even in master mode, And so I like those challenges, but when I come across a Lionel, I'm like, I just run away and I hide in the corner and just and that's it. I'm like, nah, I'm not even gonna try. Not even gonna try. But I like challenges. I think I'm pretty decent with video games, but I don't know what it is with Lionel. It's just crazy. I mean, and I was gonna add earlier to my other 2 games, the 2 other games. These are more recent. The one is, of course, Hollow Knight Silksong, which is another game that was really crazy hard. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Let's see here. There's this boss in Hollow Knight Silksong called Carmelita or something like that, which is, I think, the hardest boss in the game. It took me I would say over 50 times to try to beat it.
Yeah.
And then there's this other boss. I think another boss that I kept going to is the boss in Tears of the Kingdom, the one over in the depths by the volcano. It's a
Goma?
spider with
Yeah.
rocks that he throws rocks.
Mhm.
What's his name?
It's a Goma.
Goma. Yeah. Aren't they all called Gomas?
Yes, it's essentially the same, but it's a marble one
I think they all.
from
Yeah, right?
from
okay.
Tears of the Kingdom, right? Yeah.
So
I
that
mean,
one took me a couple tries to figure out how to beat it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it is a Goma. There are plenty of
Yeah.
Gomas, but yeah, it's a marble Goma. That's the only difference. Still spider with one eye. So
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but here's the question: why did you keep on trying? What was your motivation on Silksong to do that? Like, try it 50 times. Some people would say, just leave it. Like, don't even try. But what was that feeling like when you were going up against that boss?
It's the competitive side of me kind of kicked in,
Mhm.
and because I've been through so much in my life that I've become a stone when it comes to patience, you know. And you could ask my wife, ask my mom, ask my family, like, just patience. It's like it's there. I can go to a DMV and sit there for 5-6 hours and wait like nothing, just kind of looking around, not even with my cell phone. I'll just sit there, look around and everything. And I've actually sat in the DMV for 6 hours total without
God.
just staring. Just like,
I heard a rumor.
you know.
You go
and
there
so-
sometimes
and my
just to wait for people, like so people go out and do their chores, and then you just wait for
yeah,
them,
that's it.
and then they come back.
Seriously?
Hey, I can
Wow.
do that. I can charge for that.
That would be a good job. You know what? I'm just a line waiter,
But-
play Nintendo Switch 2, do
Right?
podcast.
There you go. That's a golden idea. That's great. That's good advice.
That's actually a good thing. I'm gonna start at .com. Waiter.com. Linewaiter.com. Linewaiter.com. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
it's like that. But for some reason, I haven't even tried beating
Mhm.
Lionel. He beat me the very first time when I was first starting in Breath of the
That was
Wild,
it. Yeah.
and I haven't even confronted him. I haven't even confronted him in Tears of the Kingdom at all. I
Right.
just left him,
Oh,
leave him be.
Well,
your thing.
the one thing that Paul mentioned was about the parries and the perfect timing. So in
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, if you learned how to perfect guard and do the parries, either or, like the Flurry Rush, that will give you a huge advantage. That's one. In Tears of the Kingdom, there's a broken armor, which is I keep forgetting the name, but it looks like a luchador. It's the bone armor. That one, if you get a bunch of
Mhm. Yeah.
weapons and use that at the same time when you're actually riding the Lionel, it actually gives you like double damage. So there's a lot of ways for you to go around like the first encounter with the Lionel. But if you at least learn how to do those dodges and perfect guards or shields, you should be fine. But the other thing is that use your champions. They really help. And I'm talking about Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, the sages are a different thing, but yeah, they don't work that much. But the champions like Urbosa's Fury, Urbosa's Fury. Oh my god, yeah, like use her power up against the Lionels a lot, and also Daruk's protection is really going to be helpful, and Mipha's Grace, because yeah, that will definitely save your skin against the Lionels. But the more you try it, the easier it gets. But yeah, it's about just the perfect timing, and because I used to be there as well, I was like, oh my god, I don't want to fight a Lionel. But there's another thing that people have been mentioning in the comments too right now, is that sometimes it's more like it's better to think your strategy and not go up against a stronger foe, because you want to keep your gear, because that means that your best weapons are gonna break. right? You're probably going to loot that Lionel for better weapons, but at the same time, you're going to be breaking a lot of your weapons too. So yeah, sometimes it's it's smarter sometimes to go around them if you don't really have to fight them, right? Unless you're gathering, like some materials for you to upgrade gears and things like that, then probably. But if you don't really have to, then just don't do it. But Paul, what do you think, or how would you describe, or what would you say, what make these either levels or quests good, or why do they work? What would you say is the formula of why these challenging games or levels actually works? What works for you, I guess?
The satisfaction of triumph. Gaming, at the end of the day, in addition to the fun you're having doing it, does something different than any other medium, and that is the winning aspect. You know what I mean? Like, it's art, it's music, it's reading, it's a book, it's a movie, it's a TV show, it's kind of everything wrapped into one. I don't know if anybody feels good, like that they accomplished something when they finish listening to a song. You might be really happy and like, oh man, that song brought me to tears, or that got me pumped up, whatever the type of vibe is, or oh, I just finished watching my favorite TV series on Netflix or something like that, and I feel good about it. But it doesn't make you feel accomplished necessarily, like, yay, I binged it. Like, no, it's not really anything that you did.
Yeah, like just scratching out your book. Yeah.
Satisfies a sense of accomplishment because you won. And winning in life isn't something that everybody experiences all the time in school, because not everyone is a 4.0 student. Not everyone has a 100% track record in dating. Not everybody has a 100% track record in getting the best job they want, or winning every basketball game in school, or every football game in college, etc., etc., etc. in life. Getting every lotto ticket, having the best cheeseburger that never was wilty in any capacity of the lettuce or anything, and nothing. Gaming, it's you. So when you win, you have ownership. And when the win is from a difficult point of view, it makes that ownership that much higher. That's like competitive gaming. Only one person wins Evo tournament in Street Fighter 6 in Las Vegas in the summer. Only one person is the best in the world at Tetris 99 with the highest score, etc. But everybody could win a hard level in a game. Everyone can beat a single player solo campaign that is tough. That is a tough boss. And if it's not done poorly, where it's your fault, or the game's fault, I should say, because it's broken or janky, if it's just
except
you,
ET.
If it's a you thing, you can get better, and then that lets these synapses fire off saying, man, I did it. I feel good.
A pat on the back. Woo! Applause.
And I think that's what makes it work.
Yeah, I think the other thing that you brought up, and that a lot of people might consider too, is that you can also do it at your own pace, right?
Yeah.
That you don't necessarily have to do it, be the best at it right away. It takes time. It takes patience too. And like someone pointed out in the chat, like not everyone really needs to like these kind of games. That's totally fine if you like other games, and if it's stressful for you, don't do it. But there are some other people who actually enjoy that, and it really, like, I'm not a competitive person. I won't compete against you guys, for example. I don't really like to compete against other people, but I can definitely challenge myself and know, like, okay, I can do this in, like, let's say for Ocarina of Time, I know I can beat the game within 4 hours. Well, let's try to do it in 3, or let's try, like you said, Mike, let's try with 3 hearts. Challenge yourself on some other levels where okay, what if I don't use the sword and I just use the bow? like, for example. That's also another challenge that you can put yourself, and things like that. But talking about those kind of rewarding situations, I guess I want to start with you, Mike. Can you think of it's going to be the time for us to brag about something. It doesn't have to be like the, beating Elden Ring within less than 10 hours or something crazy like that. Like something simple, because I feel like a lot of people might think that they're not part of this conversation because they're probably thinking, oh, I don't like difficult games. I don't like hard games. But it doesn't have to be. But if you think of something, what would you say is something that you can brag about, that you did it and you won something that you thought it was super hard for you, but you managed to, beat that level or beat that game? Which one can you think and say, yeah, I feel proud of it? I think I did great. I can throw in there one. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I guess I can start.
That's what I want right now. I want that mug.
Yeah, I think I can start with mine, and then probably Mike and Paul, you can probably jump in on the conversation too. But mine, the one that I like to brag about and I feel very proud of is yucky. Is that a wallet? What is it?
Yes,
is that a wallet? Oh, okay,
my
cool,
wallet.
nice.
Like
Mine is
one.
Nightmare for Christmas, but it's over there. Mine, the one that I feel very proud of is definitely getting 100% on Cuphead. I completed that game through 100%, including the DLC. And I've challenged myself so many times. I remember the first time I was going up against the devil, it wasn't really part of the DLC or anything. I remember I stayed up until 4 a.m. and I was live streaming that until I finally defeated the devil. It was so hard. But again, I tried it multiple times. I kind of understood the patterns. I learned from my mistakes. I learned like all of the, the levels and the patterns. And the more I tried, the easier it got to me. And there's this particular boss where people are super, they don't like that boss. It's Dr. Calls. It's that one is a really difficult level. But again, if people were starting to see that I was following some sort of pattern, and people will often go into my stream and say, hey, how are you doing that? And I started to explain exactly the kind of projectiles that he will most of the times be shooting at you, the timing and how you can move around. And those are the kind of things that you learn. So for me, that has been like my biggest achievement, getting 300% on Cuphead. It's a very hard game. It's a platformer game. Mm-hmm. What about you guys? Mike?
That's crazy. 300% in the game is insane.
Yes.
Insane. So for
I
me,
felt over the moon when I finally completed that.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, my goal was to actually play every single Mario game and beat every Mario game in order of release. And I did. I went through all the Mario games from the NES. I think I started playing it on stream one day, and then I played Mario. Since I played Mario NES over maybe 1,000 times. People were like, "Are you a speedrunner?" Because I literally know everything back like the back of my hand. I can literally speed through the entire thing, and I can beat the game in 3 minutes.
Right.
So then Mario 2, then Mario 3, Mario Super Mario World, and so on. But that was because Mario is a character that really I in my childhood, I mean it influenced
Mike Odyssey, right?
even my book,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know what? The interesting is that Odyssey didn't come from the Mario Odyssey. Odyssey came from the journey to space, like a journey, and so that's why I always end Journey on because Odyssey. I believe that my it actually is, yeah. And that's why I always end Journey on because I believe that my audience, like our community, we're on a journey together. This is an Odyssey. We're all on it together, And I think somebody in chat say, "Hey, that's like Mario Odyssey." I'm like, "Hey, okay, it works both ways." So it's good.
And you like Mario games too.
Yeah, I think that one. I do. Yeah. And when I did beat the entire all the games, to me, I felt accomplished, man. It's a great accomplishment. I beat all the games for my favorite character since I was a kid. And then going back to playing, then the most recent one was going back and playing the Zelda game from NES and beating that one.
So the first one,
that was my goal. To like just going back to.
Have
NES.
you done the second quest?
Yeah,
or
the very first
just
one,
the
and I did it,
quest?
and I was happy. I was so. Oh, the Master Quest that comes after.
Yeah, the one that you can either beat the game and play it again to get the second quest, or you can name your file a Zelda and it'll open up the second quest for you. The dungeons are different.
Yeah, I did the second quest also for that one. Yeah, but a long time ago. I did not this recent, but I only 100% the first run. First run, yeah.
Right.
But I have done the second quest in the past, yeah.
Nice. And about when you were doing this challenge, going through every single one of the Marios, which one would you say was the hardest one that you have played, or the one that I wouldn't say you liked the least, but more like it was less enjoyable because it was a little bit frustrating for you?
There was just one level out of the entire series. One level out of the entire series, and this is in the most recent Mario, Super Mario Wonder, that stupid jumping level. Everybody knows about that jumping level that you have to kind of just jump and trying to get that if I played it more than 100 times before I was able to beat it, that was the one that got on my nerves. But we did it. I did it, but I have to say, man, they messed with us with that level.
Right. Yeah. Well, thank you, Mike. And Paul, what about you? That level or game that you feel most proud of and you felt the most rewarding or accomplished feeling when you were playing it?
I gotta go back to 2013, I think, and playing Super Mario 3D World for Wii U. In particular, it was the last 3 levels. There was like a really tough Captain Toad one, a really tough other one, a really tough, big, long, stretched out level. And they made them challenging and very limited in terms of, health powers, all that kind of stuff. In recent Mario history, Nintendo has done that where they've made like a really final stage to remember, and Super Mario 3D World really had one of those. And my wife and I, we were convinced, we made it a goal. We've got to beat this level, but we've also got to beat it with every character and get the top flagpole gold marker with every character. So that was a nice little accomplishment. That, and the next year, beating all of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze 100% and getting every Kong, getting everything in it, because like those were fun multiplayer things that we loved doing together, like early marriage. But also the games are fantastic and challenging. And like, oh my gosh, is it tough? But rewarding because it's so good.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the one that I can throw in there was, I remember struggling so bad with the last levels of Crash Bandicoot 4. Oh my god, they were so freaking hard, but I love it. I absolutely love Crash Bandicoot 2. But you had all of these masks, and there were platforms, and every time you were jumping a platform, you needed to press a button so the platform appeared at the bottom so you didn't fall. Oh, it was so frustrating. But I love that game. If you guys haven't tried Crash Bandicoot 4, go for it. It's such a wonderful, wonderful platformer game. But yeah, I thank you very much for everyone here in the chat as well, Mike, for for helping me out with this. Why these games actually work, right? Why is it that we find very entertaining. So I think it's going to be time for us to go to the Q&A section. And I think, Mike, you might be able to take over, or I can just read the questions if we have them. How did it work this time? Did we gather the questions from the pre-show, or how exactly it worked this time?
We did. We gathered the questions in the pre-show. I don't see them on the side now. I don't know why on my side I can't see them. They should be on the starred area.
I have.
I got about 5 or 6 questions. Yeah, 6 questions. There you go. I don't see them on my end. If you want to highlight them, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do have them here. So
and then we have a super chat.
Okay, perfect. So let me just go ahead and open the super chat too. Also, guys, just a huge shout out to everybody who has been gifted memberships. And also, if you want to bump in like on top of all of the questions, you can also send your super chats. Any of our channels, it doesn't necessarily have to be on Mike's. It can also be on my channel or Paul's channel. But here's one, Steak 10 at 24. Yep. Thank you very much for those $5. Towards some of those gifted memberships that may be refunded 3 days until the Super Mario Galaxy movie direct. That is true. Are you excited for that? Are you guys excited for the? Well, but wait, have you gotten any Sunday directs? I think it's weird, right? It's gonna be on Sunday.
Nope, never. This is the first one.
Never ever.
First one.
Yeah. What are you guys expecting to see?
Yeah,
more.
I want to clear my head because I'm always anticipating something, but this time I want to clear my head and just be surprised completely.
Yep. Paul.
I think we will get
really odd.
Another unexpected surprise actor or actress for an unknown role, or a role that is Yoshi. So I think 2 things. One, we will see Yoshi, and we will find an actor, actress for him, her, it, whatever, this Sunday. And then the other thing is a possibility, some other character we don't know about, and the actor attached to them. Like if Yoshi, for instance, only says...
So I know something.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Vin Diesel.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I could see them doing a Guardians of the Galaxy, I am Groot, where they have Vin Diesel, a notable actor, just saying that. And
more than enough.
They have someone saying Yoshi throughout the movie. And it's just one character. It's Adam Sandler or something like that. And all he does is say Yoshi all movie long. Or, like I said, another character that...
Seth Rogen, Yoshi.
No, he's Donkey Kong 100%.
We didn't know that Birdo was in it, and Birdo is something weird, unexpected.
I don't know.
I'm excited though. I don't want to see too much.
So I personally heard. Yeah, I personally heard and I mentioned this a long time ago before Galaxy was announced as Mario Galaxy, of 2 specific characters that were might make an appearance in this movie, but I don't want to say it just because we're so close to the direct. I don't. If it turns out to be true, it will be a spoiler, and I don't want to say it because we're close.
Oh no, yeah. Okay. Actually, the way that I've learned, I usually just open my Nintendo Today app. You can add it as a calendar widget on your phone, which is great. But if you tap on it, it'll give you like, a summary of everything that is published that day. So oddly enough, they dropped the announcement, or they added it to the Nintendo Today. And then after, I would say like a half an hour after, they posted it on your social. So if you guys don't have the Nintendo Today, everybody who's listening, or everybody also who's in the chat watching this on YouTube, try to download it. Is free. You can definitely install it, and that's a great source of information that you can just, as soon as you wake up, you just tap it, and that's it. You get informed. So yeah. So Lottie, thank you very much for your question and talking also about the Nintendo Direct or the Super Mario Galaxy Nintendo Direct. Who do you think who's gonna voice Yoshi on Sunday for the second Mario? Well, for the second Super Mario movie, which is the Mario Galaxy movie trailer. Also, which characters are you hoping to see? I think that we pretty much answered that question on the previous one too. But anything that we might have missed it, we want to add to?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman to voice Yoshi.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I like Morgan Freeman. As different as that would be,
I
I'd be okay
am Yoshi.
I am Yoshi.
I am Yoshi.
It could be Princess Peach's dad.
Oh, nice. I'm not very sure exactly what to expect. I'm actually on the same boat as Paul. I don't want to see too much, but then again, the movie is going to be releasing on April, so it's pretty much around the corner, right? So
Oh my gosh,
yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that question, Pokemon fan 34. Do you guys think there will be a direct next month, even though we're getting the Mario movie direct on Sunday? If so, what week do you guys think it will be? I think it's gonna be the first week. So I'm guessing. I mean, since we're gonna be looking at on the 25th, we're talking about February, and February is a must, right? But there are two major milestones, not just Zelda, which is on the 21st, but also Pokemon. Pokemon is is turning 30 years too. 30 years and Zelda 40.
Yes.
So, but I have a feeling that the Pokemon Company will do a separate thing, completely different from the Nintendo Direct. They might throw in something there, but yeah, the balloons. But if we're thinking about dates, I'm very bad with dates, honestly. But if I were to pick a day or something, probably the 18th of February. I don't think the 11. Well, the 11 could work too because we're not that far away from what is it? Valentine's Day and all that kind of stuff. But a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I would say a Wednesday. That's my answer. Mike.
It's going to be a Friday like the previous one because the coincidence is that the Super Mario anniversary also fell on a Saturday. So they had to direct the day before an hour-long direct with the first 15 minutes of Mario and then the other 40 of Zelda of the direct. So I believe that this also falls on a Saturday, the 21st. So that 20th, the Friday, they might even pull it off that day, which is like a week before the Pokemon Presents one. And they might do the same thing, do like a full hour direct, 15 minutes of Zelda, and the rest for the Nintendo Direct. And I'm gonna say the 20th after the Mario Tennis Super.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a direct, right?
Rush Fever.
Oh, right. No, it's Mario Tennis Fever. Yeah, for the Nintendo Switch 2.
That's the 12th
of
February.
The 12th. Okay. So that's a Thursday.
That's 12th, yeah. So it's going to be after that.
Yeah, because Pokemon fan is thinking that it's going to be the first week of February. I think it will be a little bit too soon. Paul, what do you think?
I did this earlier, and I was like, I've got 11 possible days, but that does not...
the entire month.
That does not narrow it down. I was like, gosh.
I think the top three. What are the top three?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It could be February 4th. It could be February 10th, or we'll go with February 17th. I don't think it'll be
it
the
could be
last.
any of the 29 days of...
Yeah, it's gonna be any of the dates on February.
Gosh, it's tough to narrow that down, but there's a very good chance that we'll get one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a must. It's definitely a must. Pokemon fan, you do have another question, but before we jump into that, Boomini, thank you very much for for becoming a member for 4 months already. Thank you very much. And another super chat also coming from Boomini. Thank you so much. The music in Ocarina of Time Lego video is straight out of Ocarina of Time remake. I told you guys. I have my high hopes on that one. Hopefully, Mike, did you had a chance to listen to the music in the announcement? To the song?
I did. It was very cinematic, but it was very cinematic, very beautiful, very like majestic, and it's like crazy upgrade to the original. But I also think that Lego likes to go all out when it comes to their production. So it's Lego, you know.
Yeah, it could be, but it could also be a hint. But thank you very much for those $5, Boomini, and for mentioning that. Yeah, I'm totally with you. So let's go back to Pokemon fan. If you don't get Pokemon Coliseum or Gale of Darkness by the end of next month, will you guys riot with me? Absolutely. Actually, I think it's a perfect time for them to announce something Pokemon related. And Gale of Darkness, we're still waiting for it because they announced it. But I think it's more like I hope that they will release somehow or in some way all the at least the first Pokemon games for us to play it on the NSO. That would be crazy if they do that, because I like Pokemon. As you can see, I like Pokemon, but I'm not a Pokemon gamer, honestly. I like the products. I'm more like a casual consumer, and I know Pokemon. But my boyfriend, he loves Pokemon, and the only reason why I know a lot of the things about how to train your Pokemon and the EVs and all that kind of stuff that you have to pay attention to is because of him. But anyways, the only way that they will get me to play Pokemon games is that if they drop them on the NSO. So yeah, I will riot with you. What about you, Paul?
Sorry. If we don't get Pokemon Coliseum and or Paul Gale of Darkness by the end of the next month, will you guys riot with? I think we'll get it, but then again, I said I thought we'll get it by December 31st just because they already showed them off a few months previously, and I was a little bit surprised that we didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
But we got certainly plenty of other stuff, so it's been a really worthwhile service in my opinion. But I'm gonna say it one more time. I think we'll get it by February 28th, at least one of the two. I'm just gonna keep saying it every 2 months. I'm gonna say I think we're gonna get it by April 30th, by June 30th, until I'm right.
Bye.
Keep asking Pokemon fan. That's gonna be the thing.
I won't riot because there are so many games available to play that I'll be happy with a lot going on.
Yeah, agree. This is not really a question, but it's highlighted, but it has to do with the Nintendo Direct on February. AJ Rax 044 40. Thank you very much for your comment. We're saying February 1st. February 1st. That's a Sunday.
On a Sunday. It's a Sunday.
So. I don't think.
Well, they had Mario on Sundays.
Maybe.
Yeah. Now we never know.
It's a new administration. We're under new management, guys. And off the back, we have a Sunday Direct. So who knows?
Yep. Oh no. Yeah. All right. Dream. Hey, Lil Mo, thank you very much for gifting all those memberships. But there's also a question. When do you think Star Fox will come to this Nintendo Switch 2 if it's going to 2026 or 2027?
I'm going to go with
go ahead.
Okay, so I am a professional.
Wait. What? Okay, go ahead.
I am a professional willer. Okay, if you guys didn't know, I'm a professional willer. And I am a professional educated guesser. Okay, those two titles, they go a long way. I'm going to say we are going to see Star Fox in February. This Nintendo Direct. It's going to be a fall, like November game. Star Fox is making a big comeback, and we will see it in the Nintendo Direct in February.
I hope Mike is right, because I think June 1997, 30 years later, June 2027, from Star Fox 64 to this rebirth of the franchise, celebrating the 30th anniversary, not of the overall franchise, but of SF64, with another remake of Star Fox 64. No, I like Mike's idea. I hope you're right. I want to see it next month and it come out later this year. I like that better.
So this year, you think that they will go ahead and revive that IP that has been less than time?
I'm with him. I just said June.
Yeah. They never. Yeah, but February directs are normally to fill in the rest of the year, to basically to unfinished business. There's a lot of games that they've announced already without release dates. Tomodachi Life, they need a release date. Even Splatoon Raiders. And so February Direct is to finish off those games, release, and then finish off the entire year. No, we don't really get next year announcements in the summer in June.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope that they bring Star Fox back, because we have been waiting for a very long time. And Paul, did you like the Star Fox Adventures? Did you like that game?
Yeah, on Nintendo GameCube.
It's
not
that
what I wanted, because I just wanted more Star Fox 64, kind of. But it was good. I did like it. It was a good game. That's the thing. Sometimes I'm surprised because it's not necessarily what I wanted, but it is good. Like the Wind Waker. I wanted Twilight Princess. I wanted that demo of Link and Ganondorf fighting at Space World. And what I got was Wind Waker, but I love the Wind Waker. So sometimes what you don't know, you don't want, you end up liking. So yeah, I like adventures.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Mike, your book.
I like that, Paul. I'm gonna use that.
I'm gonna steal it.
Yeah.
This is definitely gonna be in the Nintendo Direct. So pick it up.
Oh really?
There you go.
Okay, got it. Okay, it's a hint. Okay, got it. Perfect. Yeah. We had a super chat, Boomini. Thank you very much for those $2 on my channel. Will Age of Imprisonment DLC be announced in the Direct? Ooh, that is a great question. I would say it's possible.
Early.
No, but but they kind of when they announced something also for The Legend of Zelda, it was they shadow dropped that DLC for Age of Calamity, and we weren't expecting anything Zelda, so I don't see it, but yeah, I do agree with you. There's a possibility it's too early for Age of Imprisonment DLC, but who knows? I mean, they already had a DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? So
and for Age of Imprisonment, right? They have one.
Yeah. They did some upgrades, but it's not specifically a DLC. They were, some fixes and free additional content, but it's not like an actual DLC. But more like, yeah. But thank you very much for those $2, Boomini. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so we only have one last question from Pokemon fan again. If you don't get a Pokemon, I already read that question, so never mind. We have no other questions.
Yeah, we got that one.
There is one question that dropped into my chat, but I don't think we're gonna have time for us to read that one. You guys, usually there's a pre-show on Mike's channel too, where he usually highlights the questions, but also make sure whenever you want specifically someone in the podcast to answer your question, just tag that person. That also helps us a lot to understand who is that, who you want to ask that question directly, right? I already answered that one.
So if you want to get your question in, for the podcast, make sure that you attend the pre-show. This is where we gather the questions. Yeah. Or you can also enter your question via super chat, because what it does, it automatically separates your question and puts it in our bucket. Just like Boomini did right now.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much for those $2, saying thank you for continuing these podcasts. Yay, we're glad you like them, Boomini. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have come to the conclusion of the podcast. Great job, Lily. Thank you so much for leading that podcast. You did an amazing job.
Yeah,
Everybody
thank
give
you.
a heart emojis for Lily and clappy emojis for Lily in
Thank
the
you so
chat.
much.
And before we let you go, we gotta let you know about All Stars. First thing, shout out to Joycey J. I hope you feel better. She's
Yes.
feeling she's ill
Yeah.
and she's probably hearing our podcast right now. So shout out to Joycey J. Go ahead and follow her
Get
on
better.
X. Ask her anything about Zelda or any of the visual novel games and other games and stuff like that. So shout out to Joycey. We love you. We miss you. We'll see you next
Yeah.
podcast.
Mwah.
And Paul, what do you got going on? Where can we find you?
I'm doing daily video game history.
I've seen them.
videos.
They're great.
Thank you. Wait till you see tomorrow's. Oh,
Oh
tomorrow.
no, God. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I had to.
Tomorrow's is fun. There's actually a reason why I was wearing that shirt before I changed here because
Oh,
that's the shirt
nice.
that I was wearing that I'm wearing
Ah,
in tomorrow. And I'm on X and I'm on YouTube at Paul Gale Network on both.
Perfect. Yeah, I love
Nice.
them.
Nice.
I do want to.
And Lily Hyrule.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I just want to quickly to shout out everyone on my YouTube channel. We have 26 viewers at the moment, and I think that has been like the biggest numbers in the whole year. So thank you so much. I mean, it's just January, but I mean, it's very
Nice.
rare when I get like 25 people. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, I am currently
only gonna get
working
better.
on. Yes, thank you. And I just want to say that I am going to be dropping a new video on my channel on Monday. I kind of consider it because Fridays are not really working for me. Also, we're busy with None in Toughest podcast, of course. So I think Mondays is going to be better.
Mhm.
I'm also doing trying a new thing. I'm doing about 12 hours of ambience gameplay of Breath of the Wild. I'm probably going to start working on Tears of the Kingdom 2, which is essentially if you just need something in the background while you work or while you study or whatever you're doing, I don't know, the dishes or whatever. I'm just putting those live streams or those gameplays for you guys just to just watch them, and it has been working well. Like a lot of people have been tuning in and saying, hey, this is a great idea, like I love that you're putting those videos out there. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of great feedback, and that's really what I'm doing. And a lot of things coming for The Legend of Zelda next month, so a lot of the other videos that I'm working on. And yeah, I'll be reacting also to the Super Mario Galaxy Direct on Sunday. So if you want to join the channel, you can find me at Lily Hyrule, and you can subscribe to my channel if you're interested. I would really appreciate that. That's it. Thank you.
That is awesome. Thank you, Lily. And of course, here on the channel, you can find me in Mike Odyssey everywhere on YouTube, X, Twitch, TikTok, everywhere. And of course, my brand new book just launched yesterday, 8-Bit Roast. It's a comedic book. I've already got a whole bunch of pictures of people who have already received it, who pre-ordered it. So thank you so much for your support. 8-Bit Roast is a comedic book. I'm going to be sending Lily and Paul's in the mail this week, so you guys can have your copy.
Yay!
But I hope you guys can pick it up and enjoy it. It's about two characters, Gary and Barry. Gary and Barry are just seeking employment, but their job they get is as NPC characters in your very game. They complain about everything. All the broken logic in video games, they're gonna tell you about it here. Okay, so it's written in script form. If you look inside, it's actually it's designed to look like an old manual from an NES. When you open it on NES and you have the little booklet, the book is designed to look like an NES manual on the inside, like very retro. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Not only that, but I've already announced it. I'm actually starting my own business. It's in the video
perfect!
game.
Congratulations!
So I will have my hopefully the end goal is to have my own storefront. And so I'm heading on that direction. It's going to be part of the channel as well. Everything will be part of the channel, the entire journey. Once I get the name fully fledged, done, and copywritten and trademark, and because it's all done right now, I will announce it and let you guys know the name and everything. It's in the video game market, and I'll tell you guys, it's really cool. So I can't wait to share more on that. Of course, the channel, you guys wanted videos and news. I'm returning back to the news. You guys wanted rumors? I'm making sure that I give rumors. I bought myself a tin hat just to make sure that when I ever do the rumors, I wear this tin hat and let you guys know it is not. It's a rumor. Okay. I was staying away from leaks and rumors, but you guys wanted that, so hey, I want to make sure that I wear this hat every time I tell you guys about a rumor or anything like that in the news. So yeah, I got theory videos coming out because you guys want like the Zelda theory video. I'm not sure if Lily's seen it. The theory video that I released about Zelda being dead. Which is
yes, I watched it. In theory, there are 2 Zeldas in that game, but yeah.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot coming to the channel, and I cannot wait to show you. So, yeah, my friends, that is the end of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next week, what do we got next week?
Oh, I'm gonna love this one.
Who's leading next week?
We are debating Breath of the Wild versus Tears of the Kingdom, and Paul will be leading that. So, oh my God, that's gonna go crazy.
So Paul will be leading next podcast, and we are debating Breath of the Wild versus Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. It's gonna be
so interesting.
All right, it's gonna be on. So you guys do not want to miss next week's podcast. Make sure you're here early. Be sure to put your question in so we can get your question answered during the podcast. Breath of the Wild versus Tears of the Kingdom debate next Saturday. Ding ding. I wish I had like a ding 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 little bell. I'll make sure I have that next Friday.
Ups and downs, and we can put it into a ranking system so that we can, we can be fair.
Yeah, the chat will actually vote who won the debate next Friday. All right. Without further ado, guys, before we let you go, we got 2 things we got to let you know. Number 1, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't do it.
Never.
Don't give up. And number 2,
Journey on.
Journey on, friends. We'll see you guys in the next adventure. Take care.
Thank you very much.
9 Topics Podcast. Press start, turn it up, let the good times last. Mario, Zelda, memories unlocked from retro to now. Yeah, we love Nintendo talk. We debate, we laugh, we level up the vibe. Natopians unite, yeah, you're part of the tribe. Every week, every topic, let the fun never stop. It's the Nin Topics